right, everybody, we are back with our Friday review each and every week on the Cabral concept. Love being able to bring you 2 research studies that I think actually are worth knowing about that you can use in the real world for you, if you're a practitioner, for a client or patient, for a loved one, for sure. These are going to matter in your life without a doubt. I always try to bring you a book review, and I've got a ton of books coming out for you over the next few weeks. Again, I still read about 2-3 books per week, and I want to bring you always ones that I think are, again, user-friendly, that you can dive into or that someone else may need, even besides yourself. I always do a product review of the week. I'll be talking about that for sure today, and I can't wait to talk about that. I'll give you a little backstory on it as well, and then we go through a little bit of a podcast review and more. So we start with the updates this week, and I'm super excited about this because I just got the opportunity, and I talked about this a little bit last Friday, of meeting with a team of individuals that came on to work with EquiLife that are going to be spreading our mission to doctors and health practitioners around the United States and the world. And to me, like, these are things that you don't even dream about, like, because you don't even think it's a possibility. I don't even know that it could exist. So for me, it's going from owning and running and operating and being a practitioner of the largest Boston-based functional medicine center in all of Massachusetts, all of New England, seeing, again, like I said before, 20,000 appointments, one-on-ones per year. And these are 30-minute to 60-minute appointments. These are long appointments. Some of them are even 90-minute appointments. But saying, hey, let's see, like, this is amazing. We love this. We're seeing 20,000 plus people a year. What if we could reach that many people a day? It took years, but we did it. We reached that many people then a day through the Cabral Concept podcast and other platforms. And now the Cabral Concept, thanks to you, has well over 60 million downloads and climbing millions every single month. And our goal now is to say, how do we actually get the at-home lab testing at close to basically cost as possible? Meaning, like, it's what it costs us. We try to get it to you at that same price. And then the protocols and the customized, personalized plans that make the biggest difference. And I'm telling you right now, this is a long-term plan, but we are getting there literally month after month. And I don't know when you're listening to this show, but I'm telling you right now, in 2024, it's going to be a massive breakout year. And I'm just so excited about that. I mean, I know it's like 5 months into the future, but it's going to start to get wild. I mean, it really is. And it's because you can't make a big dream come true without a team. And I have an amazing team that keeps getting better and better. So thankful for my team, thankful for all of you out there as well. And we'll have much, much more to come. I'll especially be talking about the different types of at-home lab testing in the future and how we're trying to really revolutionize that part of the industry. Meaning, like, getting patients and their practitioners results that are easy to read, easy summaries, not like a lot of lab speak, plus easy to read graphs, in addition to easy to implement recommendations, which has just never been done before. It's just never been done in the industry. It's always been a stuffy, conventional medicine, old school approach to labs. And we're making it hopefully fun and engaging and still backed by the top-rated CLIA certified labs. So anyway, I think that's pretty amazing. And we do this twice a year. So we did it once in March for my birthday, and we're doing it right now in August, this week only, while supplies last. We are offering you over $1,000 off, literally half price, for the big 5 labs. So we talk about getting you these labs at cost, like it's unbelievable. But the thing is too, we still pay for your 90-minute one-on-one consultation with a health coach. Like, there's no profit here. My whole goal though, my whole mission is this: bring at-home lab testing to the world. That's the goal. And I think at some point in your career, you want to do something that actually makes a difference, like to the best of your ability. I'm only one person. I have an amazing team. That's the thing. There's no way you can find these 5 lab tests for anything less than $2,000. You're getting that less than half price. So I think it's pretty fantastic. Or the starter kit for just $399, which is typically $599. So you're saving either $1,000 for the big 5 or $200 off full retail. take advantage of it. I mean, really, like, take advantage of this offer. Take advantage of EquiLife doing this, because you just can't find labs at this price. I know that for sure, because I know how much the cost goes into all of this. And so anyway, that's over at stephencabral.com/shop right now while supplies last. Please take advantage of it. This literally happens March and August. So all right, there it is. Podcast recap for the week. Again, that's at stephencabral.com/shop, just in case we're going to get emails next week. It only happens during the week of that particular special offer, which is going on right now. All right, so this week on the podcast, we had the Solomon Paradox on Monday. Check out that show. If you're worried about making the wrong next step in your life on the way to your goals, check it out. That's going to help answer those questions. 2748 was how glyphosate hides in healthy foods. You'll want to check that out, plus simple ways of testing for glyphosate, plus simple ways of getting it out of your body. On Wednesday's show, there are so many weight loss drugs coming to the market right now. And the media would have you believe that there's no side effects whatsoever. Well, that couldn't be further from the truth, especially something called gastroparesis. If you want to know what that is, please check out the show, pass it on to others. That's 2749. And 2750 was all about the different chronotypes. Basically, are you a morning person? Are you a night owl? Are you something in between? Check out that show, plus debunking a lot of these particular myths. All right, that was episode 2750. All shows can be found at stephencabral.com/podcasts. Okay, 2 product review and books, both connected. Again, I have no relation to these authors or these products, but I'm bringing them to you because I believe that I didn't know about them. So I've studied natural, I have to give you my disclaimer. I'm not here to provide you with any medical advice, medical treatment plans, medical cures, or medical diagnosis, especially for cancer. You should seek out your PCP, oncologist, etc., etc. Okay, now that I've said that, I've done a lot of research into both conventional medicine as well as naturopathic, integrative, cancer-based methodologies. Very much so. I've never taught on it because I really love my career and I really don't want to be canceled. That's the truth. Like, that's the real truth, right? And I know that that's self-censoring and I don't like that. But I just feel, and because I'm being honest with you, and I'm always honest with you, that I feel like I'm doing more good in the world in my own little way by having, I don't even know how many, 100,000 people download the podcast every day and listen to it. Like, I just feel like that's doing more good in the world if that wasn't there, right? But anyway, something's calling inside of me and I don't know what it is, that I have to start sharing some of these natural cancer-based modalities. I have no connection to any single one of them. So what I'm going to be doing is basically at least once or twice a month on the Friday Review is sharing with you some products and protocols and books that you should know about. And then by the end of this year, I'm going to do something really dumb and put together an entire natural cancer-based protocol that will not be medical advice, of course. Don't think that you should take it as medical advice, but I'm going to be sharing what I would personally do, not that anybody else should do, but what I would personally do if I was dealing with that particular situation. Because as I've said before, cancer is something that can strike anybody, even healthy individuals, even those that are watching their cardiovascular health, their blood pressure, their diabetes, because you don't know what you're being exposed to, right? You don't. And you don't know how things that happened 20, 30 years ago with your immune system may affect you today. You don't know how long these things have been growing inside of your body, even if you've been healthy for the last 10 years. You also don't know, how a lot of these things play in. I don't want to go too deep down the rabbit hole because I want to share with you a very simple book and a product I didn't know about. I'll talk about some others in the future like B17 and et cetera, et cetera. I knew about those. I've known about those. I've known about graviola. I don't know how I didn't know about a product called Paw Paw. I didn't know about it, and I couldn't believe it. Haven't even seen it written in a ton of places. So when I go to look at the research, I'm like, oh, not only is there natural health research, there's scientific research. And probably the only reason they haven't really used it yet, and I don't want to go too deep into getting myself canceled, as a medication is because it's really hard to process it, that you can actually only use the twigs of the Paw Paw tree while only harvested in the month of May, which is the craziest thing that someone figured this out. But guess what? It was a pharmacologist that spent 30 years of their life looking at this specific compound. It's remarkable. Again, I don't believe that there is one cure-all for cancer. I don't want to say that. This product, again, I always give you, and I know I always use the word again, and so I apologize in advance for that, but we all have our quirks, right? So first of all, the book's name is Your Fourth Choice. It's by John Clifton, apology. It's called Your Fourth Choice by John Clifton. What are the other three choices? Radiation, surgery, and chemotherapy, right? Like that's what the world would want you to believe. But let's see if I can just grab I would love to get you his name. I think his name is Jerry McLaughlin, who did the 30 years of research. Don't quote me on that. This book, I read this book in 30 minutes. It is 90 pages, right? Like you can read this book. Maybe it takes you a couple hours. Maybe you read it faster. It doesn't really matter. It's not a race, right? It's remarkable. They talk about all the different cases. Then you can look up the actual scientific research that shows that, especially, again, I want to be unbiased, when used with chemotherapy, it works even better. And the reason is that chemotherapy knows that it leaves behind cancer cells because some cancer cells become resistant to chemotherapy, meaning the cancer cells literally regurgitate the chemo and they're left as small cells in the body, which is why a lot of cancer regrows. Well, lo and behold, it seems that when you use Paw Paw with chemotherapy, it gets the rest of those small cells by destroying their mitochondria. And somehow, again, nature, right? Like nature knows. God, the creator, the universe, however you want to look at it, provided us with everything that we need. We don't always know all of it, but everything we need. And the Paw Paw only attacks the fastest growing cells. Well, guess what? Cancer are the fastest growing cells in your body, and somehow it knows to target those. We don't always know how. We know the compounds, though. The compounds are extracted, and there's a product now called Paw Paw Cell Reg. I can't link it up, okay? So I just want you to know that. I cannot link up any nutritional supplements on any podcast, but you will be able to find it. It's by a company, and again, I received no monetary compensation, called Nature's Sunshine. I actually just want to confirm that for you right now, but I believe that is the name of the company, and it's called Paw Paw Cell Reg, and it's REG. And yes, it's Nature's Sunshine. You'll be able to find it just by searching that on the old Google. If you go direct to their website, you will find it for half price of Amazon, and enjoy. Share it with people, okay? Is it the only thing that you should do? No. Is it the only thing that I would do? No. Is it the only thing that's going to be in my protocol? No. Okay, so I just want you to know that. Should you take it if you don't have cancer? The answer is also no, because it shuts down the mitochondria of the fastest growing cells. So I don't think you should do a lot of things if you don't have it, right? You don't do our CBO protocol over at EquiLife if you don't have gut issues. Do a functional medicine detox, yes. Do fast, different things like that, yes, but not Paw Paw. Okay, wanted to share that with you here today. The book, if you want to read more about it, again, you know that I'm pretty skeptical about these things. I'm not skeptical about this anymore. John Clifton, Your Fourth Choice. I'll link that up on my website. Again, I know that these are very dumb things to do on my end, but I feel called that I have to do it. I have to share this information. Everything works out. Everything always works out. That's what we're going with. All right. 2 research studies for you here today. And again, let me know if you have any questions, and I'm going to do my best to continue to support those people, because I know that unfortunately 1 out of 2 people in the year 2030 and beyond will have cancer, which is deplorable. It's horrifying. We're all going to do our best with every modality, right? We're going to do conventional with natural health, and we're going to make sure that we help people to the best of our ability. All right. Research number 1 is polyphenols in the gut microbiota in neurodegenerative diseases. All right, this is really important. I'm going to give you a little excerpt, but basically polyphenols are what give fruits and vegetables their brightly colored colors, right? So the one I always talk about, because it's the one that almost nobody gets, is purple or blue, called anthocyanins. And you get these purple pigments, and when you take them into your body, they're absolutely remarkable with inflammation, anti-aging, and even some immunity. So, but there's reds and there's oranges and there's yellows and there's whites, and I have a podcast on kind of what they all do within the body. But what science has found is that these are antioxidants, anti-inflammatory, neuroprotective, and they help with the gut. So let me just read you a quick excerpt. Many individuals with neurodegenerative diseases can currently have intestinal dysbiosis. That just means they get bloating and gas, sometimes loose stool, sometimes constipation, because they have an imbalanced gut microbiome, imbalanced bacteria in their gut. So it limits the synthesis of beneficial bacteria, which are postbiotics, like short-chain fatty acids, hormones, and neurotransmitters. Polyphenols, which are those brightly colored plant pigments, promote the production of beneficial bacteria in the gut, including lactobacillus and bifidobacterium. Now, lactobacillus is the predominant bacteria in the small intestine, and bifidobacterium is the largest and most predominant form of bacteria in the large intestine, called the colon. Okay, so let's take a look at specific polyphenols called quercetin, curcumin, and resveratrol. And we've talked about those before. Quercetin's antioxidant and anti-inflammatory properties provide neuroprotection by improving the biodiversity and abundance of healthful gut bacteria. Amazing. Curcumin has been widely studied for its neurological benefits. Curcumin's therapeutic effects on Alzheimer's disease and Parkinson's are thought to be due to its anti-aggregation effects on harmful proteins. That basically means proteins clumping together. In addition, curcumin has been shown in studies to improve motor control in Parkinson's disease patients. Again, not just anti-cancer for curcumin, which it is, not just an anti-inflammatory, but a powerful I would say cell restorer and regenerative polyphenol. And resveratrol has been studied for its direct neuroprotective effects with some limited effects on the gut. Resveratrol helps to reduce amyloid production in Alzheimer's disease and neuron damage in Parkinson's disease, which is basically the neurons, are what send chemicals to each other to pass on thought processes, motor control, etc. So what does all of this mean? Okay, it means eat your brightly colored fruits and vegetables. But if you want to, you can also supplement with something like the Inflammasoothe and the Cell Boost, which provide a gram of curcumin, lots of quercetin, and 125 milligrams of trans resveratrol. Now, you can supplement with any ones that you want. But if you're looking for like, what are three powerhouses for extracts for polyphenols? Quercetin, curcumin, resveratrol, and if you can, get the trans resveratrol, which is even better absorbed. Hopefully that's helpful. I personally use those, and I use a product called HistPro, which I love for those people that are more sensitive to the environment, more Th2 based sensitive. Okay. All right. One more research study. I know that I'm getting close to my time, but I think that this one is worth it. Omega-3 fatty acids. Yes, they are back in the news. Omega-3s for improved exercise response in older individuals. Why don't I do this? I'm going to link up the study if you're interested. I'm just going to give you a synopsis. So basically what they did is they had participants, the average age was 63 years old, and they had them participate in a 6-month study. And what it looked is they were included with exercise 3 or more times a week for 30 minutes. And basically what they did is they had a group that took omega-3s and a group that didn't take omega-3s. And they didn't even use a high dosage. They used, they used a pretty good dosage. They used about 1.2, 1.3 grams of EPA with 600 milligrams of DHA, which is the almost exact ratio that EquiLife has in the daily omega-3 support. Because lo and behold, that is what science shows to be the best. Like that's literally what works the best. But anyway, I digress. So what they found was this, that those supplementing with the daily omega-3 had more muscular endurance, more muscle power, more like strength. They had better mitochondrial function for ATP production and energy. They had, what else was this? Lower CRP, so lower inflammation and systemic inflammation by measuring that CRP and ESR. And all that was the equivalent basically to 2 daily omega-3 soft gels a day. Feel free to use your favorite omega-3 company. You just want to look for triglyceride-bound, cold processed from wild-caught sustainable fish, and then look for a ratio of at least 2-to-1 of EPA to DHA. These are legitimate results, well peer-reviewed, and if you want more energy and you want to be able to recover better from workouts, omega-3s are a simple thing to add to your diet through nutritional supplements or fish from 5 specific type of fish: wild salmon, wild trout, mackerel, sardines, and anchovies. Include those 4 times a week if you don't want to do supplementation. Hopefully today's show was helpful. As always, all the show notes are over at stephencabral.com/2751. That's today's show notes. You'll be able to find the book review, the research, but I can't link up any nutritional supplements, so hopefully that was helpful. I'll be back tomorrow answering our Cabral house calls. Take care, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning into today's show. Before you go, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. I want to make sure that you're getting our daily content, not missing out on anything functional medicine, wellness, weight gain, weight loss, anti-aging, living longer, stronger, and all of the most cutting-edge research. And if there's any topics you want to hear, feel free to leave them in the comments below. Take care.